Mhm.
A very good evening. Everybody can hear me?
Yes, Vanita.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I can hear you.
Vanita.
That's awesome. Okay, well, let's start with the prayer first. Sit comfortably. Keep palms together. Close your eyes and pray to the gods and the gurus, seeking the blessings for the today's session. Once you feel you are done, slowly open your eyes. I hope everyone is fine. Today is the week 13, and we'll start with the revision first. Okay. The last week we started with a new revision. We'll go with a new revision for this week onwards. Okay. Anyone to volunteer to read the first box only? Mesha. Anyone? Everybody can hear me, right?
Yes, Mesha.
Yeah. First
Mesha,
box.
the
Yeah.
owner of this is Mars.
Awesome. Yeah, you can read the full Agni.
Yeah, Agni, movable, male.
Male is gender, and the exaltation is sun.
Exaltation is Sun, and depleted is Saturn.
Yeah. Anyone followed the same thing how he read? Can you please, someone can volunteer for the second box?
Vrishabha or Taurus.
Mm.
And
Yeah,
the owner is the Venus.
Mm.
And Earth is the element. Fixed. It is fixed, and gender is female. Exalted is moon, and there is no depleted.
That's awesome. Anyone for the third box?
The third one is Mithuna. Owner is Mercury. Element is air. It has a dual nature and male characteristics. Exalted, nothing is exalted and nothing is depleted.
That's awesome. Go for anyone for fourth box.
The fourth is Karka, Cancer, water element. It is movable and female energy.
the owner is moon.
Hmm.
Exalted is also moon, and depleted there is nothing.
Exalted also moon.
Yes.
Exalted is Jupiter. Moon is exaltation in Vrishabha.
Then how do I?
Okay, the story goes like this. The moon loves, among the 27 nakshatras, the moon loves to be with Rohini, other than among the 27 nakshatras, moon was loved to be with Rohini for all the time. There was a story behind that also. If you had the time, go ahead and read about that. That's why except the moon, other rashis are exalted. Okay, let's finish with the moon. This moon was exaltation in the Rohini Nakshatra place. Actually, it is exaltation in the Kartika Nakshatra, but at the beginning of the Rohini. Next is the next nakshatra is the Rohini. So the moon was so much excited. So that's the place. The moon exaltation begins in the Rishabha. That's on the Rishabha Rashi only. Moon exaltation always in the Rishabha Rashi, 3rd degree of the Kritika. The entire Rishabha, the moon exaltation is happening. And that's the biggest reason. Because next to the Kritika, next nakshatra is the Rohini. The moon will be so much happy to see the Rohini nakshatra. That's why the exaltation happens on the Rishabha. That's a story, but you may relate with it.
We haven't done the nakshatras, Vanita.
What is it?
We haven't done the nakshatras.
Yeah. We haven't done the nakshatra. Oh, I'm trying to tell you about how you can remember that. The moon exaltation happening only on the Rishabha, not on the owner of the Cancer. Karka is the owner of the Karka is moon, but its exaltation happened in Rishabha.
Exalted is Jupiter and depleted is Mars, right?
Yeah, that's awesome. Yes. Anyone for 5th box?
You want me to continue?
Anyone can.
5th is SIVA, Leo. Agni, fixed, male. The owner is Sun. And there is nothing depleted or
exalted.
Yeah.
And the 6th box, anyone?
Kanya or Virgo. And Earth is the element, which is dual in nature and female gender. The owner of the house is Mercury. And exalted is Mercury and depleted is Venus.
That's awesome. 7th box. It looks like it was so much boring in the beginning. The people who know about astrology, they feel like I know everything, but still I prefer you to read this chart again and again.
Tula, Libra, air is the element, movable in nature, male, owner of the house is Venus, exalted is Saturn, depleted is Sun.
That's awesome. 8th box.
Vrishika, Scorpio. Water is the element. It's a fixed sign. And female is the energy. The owner is Mars. Exalted is nothing and depleted is moon.
That's awesome. 9th one.
Dhanur or Sagittarius. The owner is Jupiter. Element is Agni. Dual characteristic, dual nature, male energy. Exalted is nothing and depleted is also nothing.
That's awesome. Okay, 10th one.
10th is Makar, Capricorn. Earth is the element, which is movable and female energy. The ruler is Saturn. Exalted is Mars and depleted is Jupiter.
That's awesome. 11th one.
Kumbha, air. It is fixed behavior and male energy. Owner is Saturn. Nothing is exalted, nothing is depleted there.
That's wonderful. The last one.
The 12th is Meena or Pisces. Water is the element. It is dual in nature and female energy. The owner is Jupiter. Exalted is Venus and depleted is Mercury.
That's beautiful. Okay. I finally read about this, the elements and the qualities. The element for the Agni, we already read the same thing, but all together we can make it as a one small box for easy remembrance. For the elements Agni, Rashi is Mesha, Simha, Dhanu, and Earth, Rishabha, Kanya, Makar, Air, Mithuna, Tula, and Kumbha, Water, Karka, Vrishika, Meena. Qualities based on the movable fixed dual. Movable is Mesha, Karka, Tula, Magar. Fixed Rishabha, Simha, Vrishika, Kumbha. Tula, dual in nature. Mithuna, Kanya, Dhanu, and Meena. Okay. Okay, that's about over. Okay, the one thing I forgot about the last week. Give me a second. Okay. The last one, for every planets, we are doing how the dominance of the planets in the everything in the universe, right? Now let's see about the direction. The sun dominance is in the east direction, moon is in the northwest, Mars south, Mercury north, Jupiter northeast, Venus southeast, Saturn west, Rahu southwest, Ketu northwest. But this Ragu and Ketu, some scriptures was saying differently. You may be seeing something different this direction in some books, okay? But that point in time, go with whatever which is resonate with you. Yeah, I stopped the sharing for the revision. Well, go ahead with the today's class. Okay, this week is the week 13. Let's go with we have to finish with the two lagna aspects. Last week we finished it till Makara. We'll start with the Kumbha and the Meena. That's the last two Rashi's remaining. Okay, let's see about the Kumbha first. Wait, give me 1 second. Let me move this up. Oh, okay, now good. The Kumbha Rashi is let's see about how it works. What is the element? Element is the air. The air element is what is the nature of the air element? It tries to occupy the entire space without it spreads its energy. It all the time. It won't be you can't stagnate at one place. It try to spread its energy, right? And it was lightweight. And they won't hold anything. It will the air is lightweight and it's movable thing. Sorry, the movable in the sense not in the moving thing. The air is flowing one. Okay, but it's when compared to the qualities, it's a fixed in nature. This is the wonderful thing to remember. The air basically it always flow, but it qualities in the Kumbha it tries to fix it in nature. If the quality is fixed in nature, most of the time, the behavior of the people is supposed to stay, they try to be stable. But see the wonderful combination. The air will be, most of the time, they are very lightweight. They want to flow. It's a flowing is their nature. But now the quality becomes fixed. And the last one is the male gender is the male. When the gender is the male, as we discussed earlier, when the male gender was expressed in any of the Rashis, means the energy was high, the strength was too much, the strength is high, the strong energy. But when it was come into the female gender, it will be sweet and gentle. It was soothing energy. But for the Aquarius, the energy will be very much strong. Okay, here comes the beautiful thing. The owner of the house is the Saturn. And the Saturn wonderful thing is he's a hard worker and the very good in discipline, very much good in discipline. He want to do the work what he want to do. And the discipline is his high priority. Most of the time, the people who born on the Kumbha Lagna, they had an opportunity. This I heard from one of my teacher. The people who born on the Kumbha Lagna, they may have the chance or they may see the people's siddhas or the very high enlightened peoples. These people are also interested towards that kind of studies, yogic philosophies. They are very much interested to learn that kind of the studies. It comes to them. They don't need to go. It comes to them. It will pull them towards that kind of energy, that kind of the yogic study or yogic knowledge. They pulled towards, they attracted towards them. Okay. Now here the exalted and depletion is nothing. When the Saturn was there, and remember this one, these peoples are so much hardworking. So much hardworking means they are very much hard worker, as well as that they are high in discipline. These two things, if you remember, that's more than enough. Okay, let's come into the characteristics. Encyclopedia means they had a wide knowledge. Remember how the air was spread in a place. You can't control the air, right? Unless you make a boundary, the air was not able to control, right? It spread across everywhere. This people's knowledge is also like that. They try to learn everything, and it's not only for their learning. They may able to recall everything, and they can apply it wherever it was needed. That is a wonderful quality for them. And they had a knowledge about each and everything, whatever they learned, and they can also have an ability to apply them in their own life. And reformer, it obviously because of this, their wonderful knowledge they have and the quality of the hard working, they they become a reformers. Idealistic, why he is idealistic and in nature? Because of the sun. The dominance of the owner of the house is the sun. Owner of the house is the Saturn. The Saturn main quality is their discipline. They are the very good example for the disciplined peoples. That's why his ideas quality is very much high here. The peoples who are born on Kumbha Lagna. Remember, the peoples who are born on Kumbha Lagna. And the philosophical. Why the philosophical comes into the picture? They always seek the knowledge towards the yogic studies. Some peoples I heard about, they didn't have an idea about anything about the yoga. They're not involved in the meditation. They're not doing anything until the age of the 30 years, 35 years. But once the time comes, no one can stop them. They exactly pulled towards that kind of an energy to learn that knowledge. And the philosophical, because of their overwhelming knowledge, they know about all this stuff. Resourceful means because the person was knowledge, and they can able to recall them, and they have the ability to apply in their life. Obviously, they are resourceful. Okay, blessing from the goddess of the Venus. Here comes the beautiful thing. Give me 1 second. My charger is going off. Give me only 1 second. Second. Okay, very sorry for that. I also didn't expect my charger will go so. Okay, let's continue where I left. This Kumbha Lagna peoples or get the blessing from the goddess of the Venus, that is the Lakshmi. The blessing of the Lakshmi may comes in the financially, they're well versed, or they can be had an ability to earn from different ways. Obviously, the blessing from goddess Lakshmi means it is exact reason for that. The income may come in the different ways because of the resourcefulness. They know how to earn money from the world. They know how to earn from very different resources. They may not expert in it, but they know how to make things work. And because of the hard work nature, this the blessings of the goddess is also comes to them easily. And the modest means, because most of the time the Rishabha peoples are little bit adamant, but they are very exaggerated in nature. Like they try to show off everything. But these peoples are not humble, but not too exaggerated. They are modest. They are staying in the. They are staying in. They are living in the moment. But remember, the peoples who are in the air element, they are always flying. They are always on the sky. That's why I said in the beginning, the air and the fixed are the super good combination. Most of the time, the air quality people, they always live in the sky. They always live on the top. They always fly. They won't try to ground them. But when the Kumbha combination was different, the air plus fixed. That's why this modest comes into the picture. And the good analytical skills, because of their wonderful knowledge they had, the analytical skills is also comes into them. The key features, celebrity or star, that's the key features. Maybe the Kumbha Lagna peoples can be a celebrity or very famous person in the world. Okay, weakness means these people don't demand his or her rights. Okay, that's their weakness. Okay, I forgot to tell you one thing. The Kumbha Lagna is the 11th house, right? In the Kala Purusha chart. Not for everyone chart. In the Kala Purusha chart, 11th house is the Kumbha. And mainly what is the 11th house was representing? It representing your income, your friends, your elder brothers. Okay. Now let's move on to the last one. Okay, here comes the end of the lagna, various aspects of the lagna. Now we are in the Meena lagna. Okay, so I'm wrong here. I'm extremely sorry for this. This one was wrong. Okay, I will tell you about the Meena first. Give me a second. Give me a second. I rearranged my slide, but I forgot to paste that. Okay, give me a second. Okay. It never happens. Mostly now it happens. Okay. Meena Lagna people, they are water in nature, water element, dual in nature, and the female gender. Okay. The water means mostly all the water element rasis, they won't express themselves fully. They try to express only when the emotions are really burst out and they can't hold any time. That time only they will burst out they will express their feeling. Unless they won't express their feeling. Anyone want to say anything? Okay. The Meena we are talking about the Meena Lagna peoples. Why I changed the sharing Excel, because my sharing slide was wrong. That's why I asked you to concentrate on this 12th box only now. Okay. That in the Meena was in the water element, right? The water element people, or they won't try to express their emotions. The Meena is also doing the same, but additionally, they are dual in nature. Here comes the different quality of the water. They are mobile 50%, they are fixed at 50%. They are the dual in nature. So these people can sometimes able to express themselves very well. Sometimes they won't express themselves, but it's not the vigorous as the Vrikshika. The Vrikshika peoples won't express them unless they are emotionally burst out. The Vrikshika peoples, or what they will do, they won't express their emotion. They hold their emotions for a very, very long time. They observe everything. They understand everything, whatever happenings around them. They understand the people. They understand all the people's secrets. They hold everything. But one point in time, if they are not able to hold it, that is the time they burst out. That's the Vrikshika is the high level of emotional burst out. But the Meena peoples is not like that. You can say it's a modest of expressing emotion. They won't be in that much extreme of the Vrikshika, but in the middle. They will be they won't express as much as the normal peoples, but they will express, but it's in a modest way. Okay, why the modest way comes? Because the female energy was involved. Female energy was involved means it was a sweet and gentle, soothing energy. So it won't be the vigorous energy. Okay, but you may ask, the Vrikshika is also the female, but how come that the emotional burst out was happened? Here comes the quality, that their quality is a fixed one. The fixed one means it was a stable one. The emotion, whatever their inbuilt quality, it will be prolonged for a long time. Okay, that's the thing. The Meena, owner of the Meena is the Jupiter, and here the exaltation is the Venus, depletion is the Mercury. Okay, now I stop sharing this one. I will share the other one. To read this one was wrong. Give me 1 second. Now I'm sharing the slides. 1 second. Yeah. Now good. Okay, now you can able to see the slides. Yes or no? Yes, no, no.
Yes, we can see.
Okay, great. Now the characteristics. I don't know how much I'm. Okay, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Give me a second. I stop sharing. Oh. Okay, that's awesome. I am in the correct one. Okay. Here comes Meena. Okay, now we'll directly jump into the characteristics of the Meena Lagna people. These people are all it's a selfless people. The selfless means they won't think about them much. They always think about the other people's. Mostly they encourage others. The people who are around the Meena Lagna peoples, they feel like they are uplifted. They feel like aha situation all the time. Most of the time they forgot themselves. The Meena Lagna people, they try to encourage others, and they had their own phase of success in their life. They are not in a rush like Mesha. The Mesha is a high speed. He want to achieve, he or she want to achieve whatever in their life. They want to go in a high speed. But the Meena Lagna people will be slow and steady. They will go on their own phase. They were in their own phase of their success. They have their own meaning of their success. They understand what is their life for them. Every peoples have the different understanding of the life, right? These peoples are same like that. They have their own understanding of their life. They will go slow and steady on their own way. And the meticulous means because of the female gender energy was also involved. They're meticulous in everything. Whatever they do, that's why the people is also get encouraged. Even if they are trying to scold you also, they will scold you in a manner you can't argue with them. You don't have an intention of one, even you don't have one word of argue with them also. You don't have one word to speak against them also. That much they are meticulous. Okay, they are hardworking. Why they are hardworking? I wonder why they are hardworking, because of the quality in them. The Jupiter energy, the wisdom was always with them. Because of that, they try to work hard. Here, the hard working is not the physical work most of the time. They hard work in a mental level. Because the Jupiter was involved, they work towards the wisdom. The owner of the house is the Jupiter. They work towards the wisdom. Because of that, the achiever and accomplish comes in byproduct of that. They're hardworking. Okay, here comes the beautiful thing. Because of the selfless nature, the inbuilt quality of encouraging others, they always make a difference in somebody's life. No matter what, they will do some difference in somebody's life. Even if it was a very small, but definitely they will make some difference in somebody's life. Okay, and they are very contented people. They are like, okay, whatever the things happen, they always think in optimistic way. The Meena Lagna peoples. Okay, now coming to the key features. Most of the time, it was said like they are legends. You will know why they are. They said. Remember this one word with the Meena Lagna. The Meena Lagna peoples, or mentioned as the legend. We will learn why this Lagna peoples are mentioned as the legend in later sessions. Okay. Weakness is they also you remember the Rishabha peoples are also said. Sorry, Rishabha, no, Makara Lagna peoples are also like, they can choose everything, but when it can't come into the final execution, they can't able to make it. But Meena Lagna people, they are not unable to choose also. They don't have what to choose. Sometimes if you clearly looking to the Meena Lagna people, sometimes they don't have an idea of what to choose for their dinner, breakfast, or lunch also. Okay. Now come into what they do and don'ts. Don't sacrifice too much, and these peoples, and because of the selfless nature, they don't have a habit of saying no to anyone. They always says yes. If the Meena Lagna people, there was one maybe it may happen. If you go and ask them for some money, or if you want to get a loan from other person, if that person is a Meena Lagna people, they won't say no to you. Okay, they don't have a tendency to ask the money back also. That's the demerit for them. This is the Meena Lagna quality. Okay, now we'll combine it together, these two. Anybody is in Kumbha Lagna?
I'm in Kumbha Lagna.
Okay, anything matches with you, or
So,
did I miss something?
no, yeah, so bang on was the weakness, that I cannot demand my rights. Celebrity or star, I don't think so. I am modest, I agree. I'm resourceful, yes, I make contacts and I know from whom I can get what information, or I mean, in that sense, I feel. And I am idealistic, I am philosophical. I may not, I read a lot, but I may not remember. My memory is not that great, I feel, personally. So maybe my Lagna is not very strong. Maybe that's why I'm not bang on to what is described. But yeah, a few things. It's almost 50% match.
Okay, in your Kumbha Lagna, what are the grahas in it?
There are no grahas.
Oh, there are no grahas. Then only the Saturn. Okay, where the Saturn is?
The Saturn is I have to calculate from my Lagna, right? The houses.
In your chart, where is the Saturn?
Saturn.
Yeah, from your Lagna. Yeah, from your Lagna.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10th house.
10th house. Okay. 10th house is again Saturn's house only. Makara only. The owner of in the 10th house, is there anybody with the Saturn?
Yes, there is Uranus and Mercury.
Okay, leave the Uranus, only we considered Mercury. Okay. Okay, then
10th house is Vrishchika, right? For Kumbha.
10th house is Vrichika?
Yeah, from Kumbha Lagna.
Oh, okay. Where I'm missing here?
Sorry.
Oh, for her. Oh, okay. You are correct. Oh, okay. Okay, you are correct. Sorry. US 10th house, correct. Okay, let's go from the beginning. Your Lagna was the Kumbha Lagna, and there was no planet. The Saturn was in which Rasi? From your 10th location.
From my 10th location. Means from the 10th Lagna, I should count the houses, right?
Yes,
As one.
yes.
So
Yes.
if you count it that way, it falls in the 10th position. From Lagna, if Lagna is 1, that is Kumbha is 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, which is Vrishchika otherwise, if you count.
Yeah, okay. Vrikshika. Then Sani is in Vrikshika along with Budan, correct?
Yes, yes.
Okay, along with Budan, Sani was in the 10th. 1, 2, 3. It's again Trivona. 5, 4, 5, 6, 7. Mithuna. Okay, I'm trying to find out why you are not able to recall. Let me see if I can able to find. Otherwise, I may not able to. And then your Budan is also. Currently, I don't have an idea, but we'll see that why we are not able to recall in later time.
Yes, yes, sure.
That's a wonderful research we may able to find out. Okay, then other than that?
Sorry?
Other than this? Whatever you said, other than that?
In the sense, the features you're saying, characteristics?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, hardworking. Yes, I am very hardworking. I mean, I slog. And but when it comes to blessings from the goddess, okay, I've never been short of money, but what I earn is not really equivalent to what I give. So I don't know how that is. I mean, I feel there it is a mismatch.
You feel like you are not earn how much you
My remunerations are not equivalent to what I put in, what efforts I put in.
I see. Oh, that's why you feel like you are not getting a blessing from goddess Lakshmi.
But I've never, I mean, I've never been denied of money, but it's not, I mean, what I give is not what I get.
Understood. Yeah. Okay, that we can also see. Once we are go along, we can understand that. Okay, any other thing?
No, that's all.
Okay, that's awesome. Anybody in Kumbha Lagna? No one?
No.
Okay, let's go with Meena Lagna. Anyone is Meena Lagna?
I am Muralidhar.
Oh, wow. Okay, go ahead. How is that characteristic match with you, or did I miss anything?
No, I'm surprised. Things are kind of, I don't know how you determined, but many of the characteristics match.
Okay. It's it's all the Kenis's effort. Okay, I mentioned it and I missed, but it is a Kenis's effort. Okay. Is there any other thing you want to add on into it as a characteristics of you because you understand yourself more than anybody? You feel like okay, there was one prominent characteristic that is missing here. You may feel like that.
I don't think I can add specifically because of the lagna, but I am liked by many people. Most of my people that I deal with, whether my classmates or friends or employees, whether colleagues, I'm very much liked by most of the people. So I would say legend key feature probably somewhat holds good.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's a great thing. Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you so much. Anyone was in the Meena Lagna? That is really great. Okay, that's the okay. Give me a
Vanita, I
second.
have a small request.
Hmm.
Can you please share the slide of Mesha Lagna, please, just for a minute?
Yeah, sure, I can. Give me 1 second. Let me open that. Mesha Lagna. Yeah.
Leave it maybe next time, or you could send it to me on the WhatsApp.
Yeah, I can show it now. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. I already opened it. You want to say something on it?
No, I just wanted to click a picture of it.
Oh, you
Because
want
I
to click?
missed it, yeah.
Okay, give me a second. I will share that. Mesha Lagna. Oh, maybe anyway you have this PDF as well, but that's okay. You take a PDF.
Yes, taken. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you, Vanita.
Yeah, sure. Okay, now we'll move further because we still have a time. Okay, now that's the end of the 12 lagnas. Whatever the rashis, if you are lagna among all the 12 rashis, what will be the aspects we already saw. Now we'll deep into the give me 1 second. Now you're able to see the different slides, right? Week 13. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, now we are going to see the various planets and various grahas. How many grahas we have? How many? How many?
Nine.
Seven
Nine.
plus 2 aprakashaka graha.
9 planets.
Okay,
9. 7 plus 2.
We take it as a whole as a 9. Is that okay? Okay.
Yeah.
There are the set of significance of the grahas. Okay, before that, before getting into this, most of the time, if you want to increase the interest in the Jyotish or increase interest in the learning of the astrology, there were the three, there are many pillars, but mostly if you understand the Rashis, that is all the zodiac signs from the Mesha to Meenam, and all the grahas from the sun, moon, from all the 9 grahas, and the houses, all the bhavas. If 3 pillars you learned by heartedly, or you had then familiarity with that, then the learning of the Jyotish will be very much easier. Okay. Now let's see about all the 9 planets, basic properties, as it was mentioned in the Parashara Hora Satra. Maharishi Parashara was the written in his Hora Shastra about he extensively speaks about the astrology. Okay, but whatever he mentioned, some things may not be match the existing world, but we can able to extend our knowledge. What I'm saying like that, some of the technology which is available now, like the AI technology or the different kind of the electronics, electrical equipments, the mode of transport, which may or may not be available in the time of the Hora Shastra, I mean the Parashara, Maharishi Parashara time period. But I contradict with this thought process also, because whenever the Maharishis, when they are trying to write any kind of the Shastra, they try to write the thing in such a way that they may able to do that in a parallel dimension. I mean, how many worlds will be there? How many years will be going on? It can be accommodate their vision, because their vision was not in a one day after, 2 days after, or 10 years after. Their visions are millions and millions yugas after. So that's why I feel that sometimes I contact with the thought process of the Maharishi Parashara's thought process may not match with this world, but somewhat my thought process will say, my intention will say, No, Basic Maharishi Parashara was saying, yes, it is correct. It was like that for me, but it's up to you. If you feel like, okay, if the Maharishi Parashara was saying, if you feel if it was resonate with you, take it as a yes. If it was not resonate with you, take it as a no. Okay, as simple as it is. Okay, let's go ahead with the first one, the Surya. Okay, now the interesting part here. Surya, called also Ravi and Aditya, there are the many names. Aditya, Bhaskara, there are many names for the Surya. The sun is the, if you see in the chart, there was one thing we will see at the end of all the nine grahas will be seen. We will discuss one important point at the end that we will see in the upcoming classes. But now see about the sun. The sun may be called in a different names. Okay. But still, from now onwards, my suggestion is to, whenever I say graha, don't say it is a sun, say it is a Surya, say it is a Ravi, say it is a Surya. Mostly that is a Surya is the best word I would recommend. Okay, then you may ask why you are saying the sun. I'm much more familiar with English. I want to pronounce it as in sun. But here comes the point. Every language has the own frequency to exhibit. Particularly, the Sanskrit language has a wonderful frequency to exhibit in your in and out of you. When I say in and out of you, it works on your internal organs of your body. It is also works on external surroundings of you. Okay. It's my suggestion. It's up to you to decide whether you have to say Surya or Sun. Okay. I will go little bit extend my description over here. Okay, I take an example of whenever everybody know how to practice the Surya Namaskar, right? The Surya Namaskar is the one side, it was a 12 sequence of an asana, the other side is another 12 side. But that is not a matter here. If you see, the complete Surya Namaskar involves with the pricing of the sun. In the 12 asanas, they will say the price of the Surya. It was nothing. They only mentioned the name of the Surya in a different names of the Surya. It won't be the very long mantra. It was only one mantra. Om Bhaskaraya Namaha, Om Suryaya Namaha. It was like that only. It only mentioned the name. But if you see that, when you practice a Surya Namaskar along with the mantra, it will work on every chakras in your body. For example, when you are bending forward, your Muladhara chakra, your Swadhisthana chakra will invoke. When you are bending forward, it will invoke. But there was the point here. Whenever you are mentally seeing that location, when you are mentally focused on particular location, your biomagnetism will increase. And that too, when you are mentioning the name, that biomagnetism increasing process will be increased tremendously. Okay. Because I would say I encouraging you to say the name in the Surya. That's why I extended the discussion. Otherwise, it's up to you whether you want to say in a Sanskrit name or in English words. So it's up to you. Okay, let's see about the sun now. The sun is the father, considered as the father. Okay, when the sun, as well as the sun is the source of the light, and it gives the light to everybody, not only to the moon, it gives the source of the light to each and every other planets. Okay, we'll see about the sun first, then we'll come into the medical astrology later. Okay, when it comes into the sun, how many of you know about the sun's story, Surya, Sandhya, and the Chaya story? If you don't heard about it, try to Google and learn about this one. You may understand different dimension, different perspective will come. But in one line of the story, I would say, Surya married to Sandhya. Sandhya is the first wife of the Surya. Then later point, and sun energy was tremendous. It increased day by day. Sandhya was not able to hold it. Then she created an shadow of her womb that becomes the Chaya. Then for the Sandhya, there was the children. Yama. What is that? Okay, for the Sandhya given birth to the Yama and Yami and is also the Ashwini Putra. And the Chaya, it comes in Chaya birth to Sunny. Okay, this is the story of the sun, but in a detail you go ahead and Google and learn. There was very one.
Hold
it. Oh, okay. You want to say? I thought you want to say something.
No, Vanita, I wanted to know the story. What is the story called so that we could Google it and read it?
Okay, if you may search about the Surya story or Navagraha stories, you may easily find out.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah. But here it was in the what is that? Say I don't know. Okay, it was in the ancient stories. I would say it is an ancient stories. How you can remember the Surya give birth to the Yama and Yami and also the Ashwini Kumara and also with the there was one interesting point here. Because we didn't even learned about the nakshatras now, but sun exalted in the Mesh Rasi. In the Aries, the first nakshatra is the Ashwini.
Yes.
So the sun, why it was sun was exalted in Ashwini? Because sun, Surya's sun was the Ashwini Kumaras, the two healers. So that's why the sun exalted in that point. There were many other reasons, but you can easily relate why sun was exalted in the Mesh Rasi. Okay. Now coming to the our story. This is what we understand from the holistic picture, right? Now we understand in the graha with ourselves. That is our whole point, right? Why we are learning the astrology? Because we need to understand ourselves in connect with the universe. Now we will see how we are going to see that. If you see in your body, the right side of your body relevant with your sun and the left side energy is the moon. Okay, let me mute somebody. I'm hearing some voices.
I think Nina's phone needs to be muted.
Nina. Okay. Okay, I did. Okay, that. Sorry. It was in the previous one. We're still not finished with the sun. Let me finish with the sun first. Okay, the sun, when it comes into the body, it's relevant with your right side. When the moon, it comes into the relevant with your left side. Okay, whenever you're learning about, I may said earlier in one of our classes, we have the 72,000 or 172,000 of the nadis in and around us. It connects with the 5 layers of your body, particularly the Annamaya Kosha connect with the Pranamaya Kosha through this nadis only. So when there's any one of this nadi gets blocked, we get the different kind of the physical diseases. Okay, so let's come in. The sages, saints and sages will understand. Okay, this is all giving the troubles to the humans. Okay, will give this kind of they understand why the peoples are getting the diseases. They understand. Okay, this many nadis are going in and out. That's why it caused some blockages. The people get a disease. But anybody, they are the sages. They understand 172,000 nadis. But we are as a human, we're not able to understand, right? Okay, they shrink into the nadis into a little bit 14 nadis, and they say still the peoples will say, oh, 14 nadis, we can't able to remember everything. Okay, let me little bit shrink into at least the normal peoples can understand. Then narrow down into 3 nadis. That is Ida, Pingala, and Sushumna nadi. And Ida, Pingala is the sun. Okay. You may also heard about this. But in the right side is the sun. Remember, you don't need to understand that name. The right side is the sun, left side is the moon. Okay. Why I am saying this? When the sun was representing, the sun represent your right side. That's why I say all this kind of the stuff. Okay, if the sun was not it's not good in your position, what will happen to your body? Your eye may get affected, first thing. Your hair may get affected. You may get the bald, there was no hair in the head. You may wear spectacles, and the heat in the body is not normal most of the time. If you may heard about this, the chakras have to be aligned. The chakras have to be aligned. There was many things you may heard in the everywhere. You may heard about this, right? You are aligning the chakras. Okay, that's the different story. But when the sun's energy was tremendous in you, the heat in your body is also increased. If it was depleted also, that is also giving a different kind of an disease in your body. So the sun's energy have to be maintained balanced. It should not be go on the right side. It should not be go on the left side. It should be stay in the middle. It should be balanced. That's why you will be living a good life without any kind of a disease. Okay, this is about the body relation. Now let's come into the mental level. It's express yourself. The sun exactly representing yourself. It represents the sense of the self, your self-esteem, and your sense of the purpose. Okay. If the sun was in a good stage, there is a very good administrator. They lead the peoples. They achieve whatever they want. Sometimes they are dominant because they have the authority power, right? They want to achieve. But if the sun was not in a good state, they lead the peoples. That is a wonderful thing. Still they lead the peoples, but the quality of the peoples is different. When the sun was in a good state, they lead the good peoples, they do the good things. When the sun was depleted, they still lead the people. That quality won't miss, because the sun, he is a leader, he is a father. He administrates the peoples. But here comes the turning point. When the sun was not in a good position, he lead the people, not the good peoples, not the good sense. Not they won't do any kind of the good thing to the world. Okay. Okay, there was one more thing. Whenever if you feel like how, then one may ask, okay, how I can enhance the sun's energy, how I can improve the sun's energy. Let me see the time first. I should not speak too long without knowing the time. Give me 1 second. Oh.
5 more minutes, Anita.
Oh, 5 more minutes. Thank you so much. Okay, then I will finish with the sun first. Okay. Okay, where I finished, I sound sorry, I got lost. What I said.
How to improve the sun's energy.
Oh, okay, sun's energy. That's awesome. Thank you so much. How to improve your sun's energy? The main thing is very, very simple thing. Increasing the sun's energy is the super duper easy. What you have to do before sunrise or after the sunset, or before the sunset, particularly after the sunrise. When the sunrise was happened, then you have to walk under the sun at least for 15 to 30 minutes. That way you can increase the sun's energy. Before the sunrise, if you walk under the open place, that is also increase your sun's energy. And there is also one thing, some people may get affected when they walk on the noon time. Because there was too much heat, you may not able to bear that. But the starting point is when the rays was happened. That time in the morning, after the sunrise, you just walk for 30 minutes, that's more than enough. That was one thing. This was the easiest solution. But the best thing is, whenever you do the Surya Namaskar, but the Surya Namaskar, there are the different kind of the norms have to be applicable before you doing that. Why? The Surya Namaskar have to be do before your sunrise. That's the best thing. Then you may ask, the sun will come after the sunrise only. Why I need to do the Surya Namaskar before the sunrise? That's the way your body works. If you do the Surya Namaskar before the sunrise, but there is also, I said, then some kind of the norms have to be applicable, right? Whenever you're doing the Surya Namaskar, the stomach your bowl should be empty. You have to be finished all your natural calls. Then you should be at least this was the one thing, it may not be applicable in a practical life. Usually any kind of an asana practice, any kind of an hatha yoga, any people are doing, they have to be in the 20 minutes of in the water at least. At least they have to bath, they have to take the bath, then do the hatha yoga. That was the one of the norms. But practically that may not be possible because the time constraint and other kind of the stuff. You may make it as a name because now the people are doing the yoga on their own convenience, on their own, for their own comfortableness. But if you see the people who do the yoga and other kind of the practice in the earlier stage, they are doing the perfect austerity on their own way under the guru's guidance. Okay, now coming to the sun's increase of the sun's energy. Do the Surya Namaskar is the another best way. Go under the sunlight is the best most way. And the easiest way is chant the Surya Namaskar, repeat the Surya's name continuously as long as you can. There was a Surya's names, at least 12 names which you do for the Surya Namaskar practice. That's more than enough. 12 Surya names continuously. Then you may ask, I just uttering the name, is that going to change my behavior? Is that going to change anything in my life? Yes, it is. Okay. I will tell you one thing. I don't know about any other languages except the Tamil. In Tamil, we call it as a 12 vowels as in Tamil, we call it as a Uir. Uir means it is the life. It will invoke the 12 life points in your body. And the 18 consonants, that's called the Mei. Mei means body. It involves 18 points which is in your body. So that this two combines 247 words. 108 for left side, 108 for right side. This combination will invoke all the points in your body, but when uttering the language for very long time, their points is also get invoked. The blockages, if there was any blockages in their body, this is also released. That's about the language thing. Why I'm giving this example? Because when you are uttering the sun's name, like Om Adityaya Namaha, Om Bhaskaraya Namaha, Om Karkaya Namaha, if you say
So you have the list of those 12 names. Can you share it in WhatsApp later?
I would do that. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah,
thank you.
We'll do that. If you do that, if you chant that name, that will also increase the sun's energy. Then how you know if your sun's energy was, if you are in a balanced stage or not? Easiest thing. One thing. If your natural call was, if your motion and urine was in a correct, releasing at the correct day, correct time. If you don't have a constipation, if you don't have any kind of the stomach related issues, and you don't have any kind of an eye related issues, and your sun's energy was really good. Okay, then we will learn about more thing about in the later lessons. I don't want to consume your time more. We'll finish at short. Okay, and next week we'll start with the moon. Okay, anybody have any questions?
Vanita,
so sun is sorry. Yeah, you can go ahead.
Kindly send the list, Vanita, of those.
Sure, I will do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
So, Vanita, sun is related to head, right? And then what if the headaches are very frequent? Does it mean sun's energy is not balanced in our body?
Okay, the headache will comes in different reason. It depends on an individual as well. And what kind of, if their digestion system is not working properly, then also your headache will come. Okay. If your eye vision is not giving, if you are straining with your eyes, that is also giving your headache. The headache will come in a different.
I'm asking because the previous slide you had mentioned for Ravi, heart, blindness, baldness, right eye, and headaches. So that's why I'm asking.
Yes, it is. Okay. But remember this one, the headache is a common one because it gives us symptoms when there was any kind of
other issues in the body.
Issues, one of the symptom will give you a headache. Okay. How the stomach ache will is a common for all kind of the stomach related issues. If you see the stomach related issues, if other planets is also involved. But for the Surya, the headache is the prominent one. If your Surya energy was not good, if it was not balanced, definitely you may have a frequent headache.
And Vanita, constipation is also related to the sun?
Okay, not entirely. The constipation is the different concept. I will tell you when you are going along with all the grahas, but the sun's energy was not good. Okay, if your exact heat was not present in your body, then the elimination in your body won't happen, because the heat will gives you an energy. Okay, I will tell you in another words. Instead of the heat, your apana vayu will have to go down. If your apana vayu was not goes down, apana means place your thumb finger together and makes an inverted triangle and place that finger from the navel downwards. That is the place where your apana vayu will generate. Okay. If the apana vayu was not going down, usually the apana vayu will goes downwards. Okay, prana will goes upwards. If the apana was not going downwards, then the constipation not performing well, then the constipation level will be increased. And if your water level in your body was not good, then also the constipation will increase. That is the jala, that is the moon's energy. If the hydration was not good, that is also increase your constipation. If your digestion level was not good, the digestion level means if your heat energy was not produced exactly balanced in your body, that is also one of the reason for your constipation. And if you are emotionally depressed, that is also increased your constipation. The emotional again mood. Okay. There are the different reason, because when it comes into the midpoint in your body, that is your digestion, there are the various grahas involved, particularly for the constipation. Your emotional, your physical movement, everything got involved. Yeah. Anything?
Vanita, you said eye problem is also related to sun.
Yeah.
Normally, this eyesight problem comes after 40 or 50 years. Is it related?
No, not necessarily. Even the 5 years old can get eye disease.
Okay. So Vanita, if it is age-related eye problem, that does not mean your sun effect is less or it is not balanced, right? Because everybody gets age-related eye problem. Everyone gets, irrespective what is the effect of sun in their chart. Am I right?
Okay, there was two things here. If the full benefits of the any planets which is happens on anyone's, okay, I'm going little bit diverted from your answer, but bear with me, we'll come to the point. Okay. If any grahas have to give the full benefit of the one individual, it will take at least from the born of the individual, it will take from the 16 years. Okay, that's why in southern part of India, they won't see the horoscope for the newborn child immediately. They will wait until the male or girl child will reach the 16 years. Then only they will go and see the horoscope. The reason is after that only the Jupiter will give you the energy, will give you the benefits 50% for any of the individual. It goes on for all the grahas like that. But once you cross the 40, 42, there are significant ages, 40, 42, that point in time, all the grahas will give you the full benefit for the individuals. Okay. That was one thing. When you, this is the base of your question's answer. Now we'll come into a question. Now, when age comes into the play, right? The age come into the play involves mostly on the mental thing. Some people, even in their 90s, they feel like a 16 years old. Even the people, the 20 years people, they feel like they lived for very long and they don't like anything in the world. They feel like a 70 years people. Okay, it depends on the mind thing. When age factor comes into anyone's life, then it definitely your mental thing, your emotional was playing a role. Your moon energy was overwhelming you. Yeah. What is another question for you? That the same thing?
You're asking me, Vanita?
Yeah. You said the age factor and another one.
That's all. That is the only thing I had.
The age factor, when it comes, definitely age factor. Don't worry about it. It was a mental thing.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, remember, you may progress with your answers. This is all my perspective. Feel free to extend your perspective in all of your questions. This is my perspective, because when I saw, whenever I tried, mostly when I try to teach the students, I saw the students when the 16 years old, things like they achieved so many things in their life. They are 15 years old, 70 years old. And I saw my teachers who are still teaching. They are 70 years old and more than 60 years. They are still young and vibrant and they're beautiful. Yeah. For me, that's why I feel like the age doesn't matter. It's all mental thing. Any other question? Okay, that's awesome. If you don't have a question, we can end the session.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yes,
Thank
Vanita,
you.
thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.